Hello, I'm Luis Chavez. I'm going to explain to you about the polycrystalline solar cell. The front is the negative side and the back is the positive side. As you can see, this is a very thin solar cell and it's very fragile, so I have to be very careful when I'm showing you this. Now I'm going to take this tab wire right here and I'm going to go ahead and apply it to one of the lines in this side right here. As you can see, I'm gonna have to line up right there to make sure they all connect so I can combine the other solar cells together. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this liquid flux pen. It helps keep the tab wire adhering to the solar cell. I just have to take a few presses so the liquid can go through the sponge of the tip, and I just rub it right on there. I was able to get some polycrystalline solar cells for just about 80 cents each, and see, it's a pretty affordable way to start a project when you want to also go green. Once I have it aligned, I start getting my soldering iron and try to solder it there. It takes a few tries. Sometimes it just won't go in there, but eventually it'll stay stuck in there. Now, due to recent events like the heat wave and so many power shutdowns in Central California, I would say that going to create a solar virtual grid will help be more prepared for when there's another power outage. That way you don't have to end up losing any work you've been done, or I guess enjoying any leisure activities that you've been doing as well. And here you can see that it's attached to the solar cell. Very well done. And I have to do this 4 more times. So once I got it all done, I'm going to start attaching it to the positive side of another solar cell. Polycrystalline do not require individual shaping placement for each of the crystals. They are able to produce high power density. They can come with structural frame of their own, which makes mounting cheaper and a lot simpler. Normally you would use some sort of tempered glass to help keep the solar cells protected from any debris or the elements, stuff like that. But in my project I'm going to avoid using that, only just so I can make more of a budgeted solar panel. It's not very efficient in high temperatures, but it makes up for it for its capability of the cells, since it's very sensitive to the light. Some examples that uses polycrystalline solar panels are traffic lights in remote areas and some off-grid households. Now, it's not really recommended to hook this up to your home grid, but you could just hook it up to a 12-volt battery. You can have a whole collection of 12-volt batteries that you can use as backup power for your home grid. And once I have finally attached, I'm going to start applying one of the tab wires to the positive side of the other cell. This will be the way for me to measure the volts and amps the solar cells can produce. I'm going to be using a multimeter. You see I got attached the red wires to the positive side. I'm going to take the negative side of the multimeter and apply it to the top of a solar cell at the opposite end. Now with 2 cells I managed to produce 0.93 volts Each of these cells should be able to produce 0.5 volts each. So there might be some wiring here, or just maybe some faultiness in the cells. And here I'm going to start measuring the amps. Now once I get my amps here, the maximum I'm going to get is probably 114. And all I have to do is multiply that to the maximum of volts I was able to produce, and I can get my watts.